Today, I want to share some reflections from a book I read this month. February is a very short month, it's so significant. So, I tried to focus on history, and so I read 6 books. And this one really stood out the most to me, which is Up from Slavery by Booker T. Washington. And it's his autobiography, it's his own story in his own words, and how he, an enslaved person, became the founder of Tuskegee Institute, which is still in existence today. And it created some wonderful, marvelous people who are in my family, even. Anyway, they were educated there. So, I have to look at my notes a little bit, so excuse me. But because I took notes, I couldn't quote people by heart this time. But also, there is an intersection between what I learned there about mentorship, which I learned at this conference I attended in February as well. So I attended this conference, I learned about that, and it connected with some things I learned about Booker T. Washington and his mentoring relationship with a man named General Samuel C. Smith Armstrong. He was a white Union soldier, missionary, and from a missionary family, and he was also, of course, an educator. So I'm at this conference, I'm learning about mentorship, and then I start noticing some connections, right? So I wanted to share that mainly with you, the importance of mentorship in helping people to move from one status to another status. We don't do that enough. I think that we need to do more of that in life, really helping people. Washington himself believed in his own potential, like a lot of us do. We believe that we can do great things if only given the opportunity, right? But many of us know that, who's going to give us a shot? We need someone who will give us a shot to show ourselves as being approved. um, Washington was trying to get into Hampton College. I mean, he's straight out of slavery, right? And he's trying to get into the college. He doesn't look the part, probably doesn't sound the part, he may not even smell the part, but he knew how to clean. And he was given that assignment, and I'm sure he cleaned this room to perfection. He probably could eat off of the floor. So he did it so well that they admitted him into the college. They saw his earnestness, they using this 1800s language. So they saw it. He's admitted as the youngest student at Hampton at the time, because at the time, this is like a teaching college, Hampton Normal. And you have people like up in age, middle age people who were formerly enslaved being educated. They're so excited to learn. So he's there. He's waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning to do his studies, because he has to work as a janitor to be able to afford to go to school. He still had to pay for it. So it was nominal. I mean, nothing like how much colleges cost now, which is crazy. But he did this. So one thing he learned from this mentor, General Samuel C. Armstrong, who he described as, and I have to quote this for you because I think it's so important. He quoted him as the noblest, rarest human being, in that it has ever been my privilege to meet. Who says that about a person? I mean, what person? We just generally don't, say that about anybody, especially a person we know. You can say that about somebody you read about, even, but one on one. But he grew over time, it says, from his first days at Hampton to Armstrong's passing, which was in 1893, having this level of admiration for this man. That's a true mentor. Some of the qualities of Armstrong are things that I think that we can take away. So selfishness was a quality. Booker T. Washington described him as a man who so completely lost sight of himself. We don't lose sight of ourselves enough, but this man did. He assisted other colleges to start in the South and to begin to help students who were formerly enslaved. It's incredible. That type of model behavior and that type of level of love for others also modeled behavior in Washington and his classmates, that they were willing to sacrifice their own comfort at times so that other students could come in and be able to be educated. I think he talks about pitching tents, as seniors, sleeping out in the elements so that other students could come in and be able to stay in a dorm. Things like that. Forgiveness and purpose also stuck out to Washington because he says this Union soldier, he never heard him speak bitterly about the Southern white men who he fought against in the Civil War. Washington called Armstrong and many of the Yankee teachers there that taught at Hampton, he called them a type of that Christ-like body of men and women who went into the Negro schools at the close of the war by the hundreds to assist in lifting up my race. I mean, what did they have in it? Where was their skin in the game? Christ-likeness, right? So those of us who believe in Jesus Christ can identify with doing things not to lift ourselves up, but to lift up other people, to help them get their footing and be able to be productive people in the world, to become better citizens. So anyway, he also had a vision, and Washington had a vision, and he believed that soon the entire South would recognize the value of someone like himself, educated, skilled, coming from a good school like Hampton. This vision is what a mentor helps you and I see, a future filled with possibility. Indeed, Washington had Armstrong. He was a mentor whose heart was kind, it was not violent, it was not evil. It was truly a blessing in his life. I think of mentorship myself as a discipleship. It's one-on-one. It's a bridge between me and another person, whether we look alike, whether we're the same age or not. And it requires more listening than talking if you're the mentor. And it requires more watching and learning if you're the mentee. It's a heart partnership. It may be for only a season, but it's designed to pass on, as Lynessa Spoon said at that conference, it's designed to pass on God's wisdom and help another person reach the place God intends for them. So my call to action to you is to look around. Someone is waiting for their chance to be a Booker T. Washington, to do something extraordinary for others, something good, something kind, something that they need your help to do. So think about that. Ask yourself, who can you mentor today? Peace.